Okay, folks, welcome to WP-Tonic, the WordPress show, and this is episode 91. Hey, Jonathan, it's just Jonathan and me. Hey, Jonathan.
Hello there, Bill, the wizard.
So for today's show, we're going to really build on a show that we did, the Real Estate Agent Podcast Netcast show. It was about using Facebook and the pixel to really get lead generation, but that really fits into WordPress, Facebook, and the funnel, and what we've been talking about for this last month. Let's go back and first of all talk about what we know about Facebook, and then we'll show how it can talk into WordPress. And it really fits in because we're talking about the pixel, which you can get off Facebook. You don't need to hire anybody to do that. You can just do it yourself and then buy the advertisement. You can get the pixel right off of Facebook on their show. We're going to talk about how you do that. Put it on your header and then pay Facebook just a little bit of money to test it and see some amazing things. What do you think?
Yes or no?
So you don't think I think you and I can figure it out without hiring anybody.
The initial, the mechanics of actually getting the pixel on your website and getting it to track people that come to your website from Facebook and then track them after when they go back to Facebook can be a little bit difficult, but it's not the real difficult part of it, if you understand.
Yeah, I agree. It's not the real difficult part of it. It's not as difficult as it sounds.
The difficult bit is getting interaction with your adverts and also setting up a funnel, a landing page, the other elements that we've discussed during the month and converting those people into some action.
Right. It's the funnel. It's building the funnel, and that is an art. So let's go over this real fast. Let's say you're targeting people in an area. You can target in Facebook. You can target a lot of different ways. If you know their email, if you know their phone number, if you know where they physically live, you can target that person if they're using any of those elements on their Facebook, and they will get your ad if you put it in there.
Yeah, that's called a custom list. There's my mind is going semi-blank here, folks, but bear with me. There's what the beauty of Facebook is that they offer a number of different methodologies to target your adverts on Facebook, much more than any other medium on the internet. And I include Google AdWords and some of the other mediums. You can do it by interest, by the websites that people are following, the Facebook pages people are following. You can do it by zip code. There's a number of methodologies that Facebook offer to target your adverts to.
Well, let me take a step back real fast. I was just talking overall, the big world picture of some of the steps you have to do. Now, let me line up these steps and see if we're catching them all, and you can fill back in. The first thing you're going to have to do is you're going to have to create a Facebook business page, which is very easy to do. So if you have a business, create your Facebook business page. Now, I'm not sure, do you need a physical address for that? I don't think you can use your home, but to create a Facebook business page, you have to do that. No, yes. You don't need, excuse me, disregard what I'm thinking Google on the brain. You don't need a physical address to create a Facebook business page. You just really create one. Yeah. You need the business page to get a news feed out. So to do a business page, now you can do news feed ads, which you have. Now they have something called Boost. Boost, I think, is a waste of money. But what you do need is you need to get over 30 likes on that page so you can get some analytics. So you need to like and maybe and there's some art to liking too, but I'm not sure about the art of liking. So don't boost the page. Now you go through the ad manager to create your ad. So with the ad manager can create your ad. They got some good examples in there if you just dig into it. And then the bottom line is from your ad, you need to send them to your website or your landing page or wherever you're going to try conversion. Now, I think that's where you're talking about the technical side of conversion. Conversion is where it gets tougher.
Not quite. Obviously, there's art in your Facebook advert as well. Obviously, you got to play around about how you utilize this micro management that Facebook offers about who you're going to retarget. It's probably best to do some primitive A to B testing if you can afford it. If you've got $20 and you try your advert for different groups that you can identify in Facebook. So that's a good way to, try that out for a couple of months, aiming at different of the subsections that Facebook offers. But then the actual look of your advert and the look, the look of most people and we're all guilty of this, Bill, tend to throw up a Facebook page pretty quickly. But the actual look of that page and the text that you're allowed in that banner background image, which is a key part of your Facebook page, is really important. And the layout of that page. So you need to get it all filled out with content and everything spot on, and spend a little bit of time on that. And you're only allowed, in the main background image, you're only allowed 20% of text. But actually, which drives people crazy, Bill, but actually Facebook provide a free tool, which I'm going to put into the chat right now, that helps you deal with this 20% rule of the text you can have on your your page. And I've just put it into the chat room.
My first attempts, I wasted money trying to target around Karen's. She has open houses. And I wasted money not doing it. But you're right about the mechanics are not difficult. Dropping in the pixel, getting it to work, and then digging into the Facebook training.
Yeah, and for our listeners, we're recording this on Blab, so that's why I'm saying chat room and pointing the thing. Spending a bit of time on your actual Facebook page will actually help with conversion, even if your actual adverts is driving them to your website, to a landing page. Also, the other thing that Facebook introduced was a mechanism that allowed you to advertise even if you didn't have a website. Basically, they've trying to remember what it's called actually, but they provide it's specifically aimed at mobile users of Facebook, and basically somebody on a smartphone isn't really, if they're sent to a website and they've got to fill in a form, they're probably not going to do it because they're on a smartphone. So they provided this technology that when they click the advert, Facebook fills all the details from when somebody set up a profile with the email they put in Facebook and their telephone, and they click it, and those details are then sent to you. They purposely designed that for mobile, Bill.
Right, that mobile is 60% of where things are going to.
Yeah, so they got that. They got the carousel advert type. Basically, you can upload a gallery of images depending on the industry that you're in. If you're in an industry where you normally do take a lot of image, the carousel advert can be very effective. If you upload a gallery and you put some text, and then people can swipe and they see a carousel of different images of the product or a house or something like that. So they offer a varied different kind of formats. So get back on task, Bill. Sort out your Facebook page. Make it, think about your text on your main background image. You got this tool that Facebook provides. You've got to have a Facebook page to actually do paid advertisement, but it's worthwhile spending
a business page.
You got to have
a Facebook page. People think that's my Facebook page, the business page.
Well, it's page and profile. Why I use the terminology page, Bill, is celebrities, artists, non-profits can also have a page. So it's not solely a business that can have a page, but the terminology is page and profile. Your profile, your profile wall and your profile are, you gotta have a profile. And no, I'm not correcting that. They do change that, folks. I think now you can set up a page without a profile, but it's not recommended. It's recommended that you have a profile. The other thing is you can have different managers. If you set up a page, you can have various different managers that manage the page, where a profile, it only has one admin.
Right. I just dropped a link into Facebook pages, Learn Now, and Set Up a Page. That's a really good link to back through. The Learn Now is very good. And there's so much to Facebook now. They're really trying to get into the commerce business, and they're competing against Google, of course. And those are the two big dogs right now.
Well, I think
about 8 minutes. Let's hit a break.
Yeah.
Then come back off the break, and we'll go into WordPress and what we can do with WordPress with the landing pages to get ready for Facebook to make that conversion. This is Bill from podcastershome.com, and I've got a free report for you. You just go over to the homepage of podcastershome.com and pick it up. It's the podcasting equipment you need, whether you're going to be on an interview or be interviewed, start your own netcast, or start your podcast. These are the basic tools you need for under $100 to make you sound like a pro. So go over to podcastershome.com and get your free report today. Coming back off the break, we're going to go into the WordPress side of this to see how we can fit into Facebook with a pixel. Hey, let's start right away with dropping that pixel in your header. So you go over to Facebook. They're going to give you a real simple way to give you a pixel, and they're going to say you can send it to your developer coder, or you can if you know enough, or if you're using Genesis, you can go right into your header and just drop the first part into header. Now you've got your pixel there, and it's a way that Facebook will track when someone hits your page, they know you've been on your page, and it'll give you a report.
Yeah, there's also a number of plugins. If you haven't got access to the header and you're not happy, Bill's a big Genesis user, so I think it provides an area where you can plonk code into the header area easy. Other themes are not quite so easy, and you literally have to download the header file, which a lot of people just won't want to do, but there are some plugins that will let you do that. I haven't utilized one for a while, and they do vary. Go to WordPress.org and have a look at the plugin depository and find one that's been actively supported, that's got a good write-up and is from a credible source, and try it. It used to be a little bit tricky actually getting it to work. I understand now it's a lot easier. So let's get back to the fundamentals. So your Facebook page needs to be sorted out. You need to get to your 30 users, and then you need to know how to use the Facebook advertisement manager. And like what Bill says, it's a little bit intimidating, but they're now providing a lot of educational materials, and you just have to spend a little bit of time with it.
First of all, this show is WordPress, and a lot of people who listen to it are professionals in WordPress already, because they're copying, they're trying to see what we're doing. So they know how to do this. So that can help them too. And our other clientele, other folks that listen, are the people who want to be or want to learn more about WordPress.
Well, they're business owners. And
they're business owners and seeing what they can do. And so they're going back and forth. And they're also talking to their developers about some of these ideas and why you bring me these ideas. So this is kind of a chat and feedback that we get.
Yeah. So we've got so how the next step, what kind of adverts are you going to run? I think set up a moderate budget. It will vary depending on the zip code and the area that you're advertising. One of the things is that Facebook looks at how much engagement you're getting on your Facebook page, and that even when you're paying, that will be an element on how many impressions they will show your advert to a wider audience, depending on the criteria that you've set up that we previously stated in this episode. So you can import a mail list. So they look at all that, and that will also. So if you've got a good track record with well thought out adverts, and you've got a great Facebook page, and you've got content that's going on there, and you also in engagement. I'm going a little bit. I just want to mention one thing that's a little bit off topic, but it's still linked to this. One of the things that you really got to understand that they bury it a little bit is Facebook has lists, just like Twitter has lists. And lists can be a really important thing in subdividing your audience, and especially with a page and profile. So folks, learn about Facebook lists, and that can help you. Get back on topic. So what advert you're going to place? Well, I think a good advert is to boost a post that you're putting on your page anyway. Work out with a few weeks which posts are getting most liked, most engagement. And then when you decide to do your advert, choose a post that's on a similar subject, then the one that got liked the most or got the most remarks or engagement. And then
Jonathan, let's take a step backward here. Are we talking about your WordPress post, or you're talking about Facebook?
Facebook, because it's what it's called, a Facebook post.
Now, if let's say you have a WordPress agency, let's say you have a restaurant, and even real estate like we are, let's specifically tie those in to what you would do. Let's talk about a WordPress agency. Let's say you're trying to make money online with a product or selling a product and you have agencies. What would you do there? How can you how would you start? First of all, you're doing posts. You're talking about something on WordPress, a new plugin, for example. I'm trying to find a plugin I built.
Well, you probably talk about, if you're a regional or a city-based WordPress agency, you probably talk about a client that you just worked with and the success they got and what were the key factors, or you would talk about your engagement.
Okay, I'm talking about that. Now, how am I driving traffic to my site? And I'm trying to get their name, email, trying to turn them into clients.
Yeah. So, first of all, you've got to work out what your audience wants to hear. And like I say, you test that. And then when you find the type of post that gets the most engagement, you set up a page that has similar content. That's your initial stage. And then you move forward after you've built some traction. You probably go on to more of a kind of traditional funnel where you got either you're seeking to get their email address or you're seeking them to actually purchase something, a service, a product. That's when you're probably going to have to set up a specific landing page on your website, and that's when you would look at the products that we've discussed at the beginning of the month: lead pages, Fry themes, ClickFunnels, all the things that we discussed at the beginning of the month to set up that landing page. That's why all this, what we're discussing this month, links in, because after you've done your boost posts through Facebook, got some analytics, got some feel for your audience, and then you do your not traditional is probably not the right word, but your more kind of marketing special offer thing through Facebook. The quality of your landing pages is really going to be quite crucial when it comes to conversion, and conversion will be linked to the return, how much each other impression through Facebook is actually going to cost you.
That was good. And that tied in everything that we've been talking about, lead pages, everything that you do. So basically, your lead page is your landing page, which is nice. Or you can...
Fry themes. Fry themes is a really good WordPress, or ClickFunnels. We've talked, there's ClickFunnels is an external SaaS service, but it's a kind of upper competitor to lead pages.
Right.
That has kind of developed by some hardcore online marketers. But I think the two that would appeal to the audience that we're dealing with is lead pages or Fry themes. And we've had Shane on the podcast, and Shane and his team really understand online marketing, and Shane definitely understands conversion.
Now, hold that thought. We're going to take a break in a second. But one thing we were starting to talk about yesterday on the real estate show, which really could have fit on the WordPress, was the idea of using, if you want to, just your WordPress tools to collect those names and name information. Like when I use a good form builder, will actually feed that in, and you can build like a landing page in one of your pages and just direct them right to the landing page on your WordPress site.
I think that's totally possible, and if you want to do that, but I think
for like real estate locally, which you're not doing huge lists or smaller lists.
I personally would still advise people to look either at Fry themes or lead pages, because they've really spent a lot of time on their landing page templates and the wording, and you can adapt it and put your own word in. But they have spent a lot of time A and B testing those templates and spending a lot of time working out the level of conversion. Yeah. And you'd be surprised, folks, small changes in text size, changes in color scheme, changes really, what I mean by changes in color scheme, really minor changes can have a dramatic effect on this, the sign up rate, or, can be quite surprising, Bill.
So with that, let's go to a break. And we'll come back and tell you how we can get a hold of you and some of the things that you can do for us. And we'll finish up the show. And we'll open it up on the Blab side.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Want to turn your WordPress website into an online speed machine? Go on over to WP-Tonic. They'll set up DigitalOcean websites hosting on solid state drives. And while you're there, don't forget to sign up for WP-Tonic's maintenance packages. WP-Tonic offers some of the very best WordPress maintenance packages on the market. So those who are serious about getting the very best platform for their WordPress sites, make sure you go on over to WP-Tonic.com.
Okay, we are back on the podcast. And first of all, Jonathan, how can the listener get a hold of you and what's your main product?
Well, it's WP-Tonic, surprisingly, Bill. And we're a national WordPress maintenance, security, backup, and do small jobs for our monthly clientele. So if you're looking for a quality WordPress support team, can do small changes, and you have the security of decent backup, decent security advice, we avoid you having to deal with unpleasant hacking situation, which can be a time sucker.
Yeah, very much so. And the other two, don't forget mail-right.com, which is very important. I'm trying to build out yourself and your backside. And that has to do with the real estate industry and other industries too. It's a pretty darn good SaaS platform you built there, Jonathan. There's some really good parts. And I was talking to the big guys at Zillow, and they actually liked your plugin this week. So they're impressed. They thought there's some potential there and liked it. Never seen anything quite like it. And now let me tell you about me. First, I'm Bill Conrad. Our primary source of income is two real estate companies, one in California, one in here. I've been doing backside media and development for a long time, traditional marketing with mail, politicians and other folks. We have a mail marketing company. Been playing with the WordPress platform for a couple of years and also tying it into podcasting. Had really good luck, folks. And we're working on some digital products and LMS, learning management systems now. So where you can go is to podcastershome.com. And one thing I violated is I really should build an email list. We do have them on the real estate side, and we have the mailing list. But this new world is really changing. So if you want to help us, go to Podcasters Home. I've taken it down, but I need to put it back up. And just sign up on the newsletter, and it'll also give notices when we have the podcast. And I'm really proud of some of the things we produce. This show itself is ranked number 3 right now in the WordPress category in iTunes. It's been as high as 2, never made 1 yet. And we did make new and noteworthy for the first time, had 4 shows, and that's pretty good. We made new and noteworthy with a real estate show right next to Tony Robbins. We were on the same place, same screen. Kind of cool to have that screen up. So how can you help us? First of all, my email is bill@conradteam.com. You're welcome to send email. And my phone number is 775-233-8065, and I call back. I believe in the phone still. And how can you help us? Go to iTunes and go ahead and do a rating and review on any of our shows, any of our 4 shows. Rating and reviews help. That's how we got new and noteworthy, that along with some good content. And that's sort of how it works, and good artwork too. So let's figure this Facebook out, finishing up. So any last things you want to say on this episode, and we'll open it up on the blab?
I think another factor is people tend to run into doing the advert too quick. The copy, the landing page, the copy of the actual advert, the actual image, you should have a really bold, all the imagery on your Facebook advert should match when they go to the website, to the landing page. You've got to get all the colors, the layout, the imaging, so it all matches. And I would doubt that writing the copy for the first time for a Facebook advert, they should just do it. Leave it, go back, ask a couple of people about what they think about the copy, spend a little bit more time with the working out process before you click the button and place that advert.
Let me tell you, if you want to look at some good examples, just go into your Facebook, go on the right side, start clicking a few of them and see which ones you think work best, because they'll take you to your landing pages. That's how you learn. And my last question is, and it's not a question, maybe a little learning point here, is in the real estate industry, and I've done a little research on this, is every once in a while you get a crazy real estate agent out there who starts clicking their opponent's advertisement on Facebook. You can actually block them on Facebook. So you can put a block in there and block certain IP addresses, certain people to come into your site.
Yeah, I'm going to provide some links in the show notes, folks, and also they'll be on the video version of this show, folks. Basically, there's a couple of tools that can show you how your competition adverts are doing, and you can actually see which adverts are getting the most response. And that can be a real, thanks for mentioning that, Bill, that can really help you find out what kind of advert is doing best with your competitors and allow you to match them and do better, Bill.
Right. And get it on their page. And in politics, you're seeing it all the time now. Hey, Jonathan, good cut. Let's finish up the show. I'm going to pause the recording here a second. And thank you for coming on. We'll be on next week, same time. First of all, tell folks when we're on. We've got, I want to mention the other shows real fast. And I can cut this at the end.
Yeah, sure.
Recording here. But we are also tomorrow night, Sunday at 6 p.m. Pacific. You'll Meet the Voter. We've already done the podcast. It's episode 26 or 27. I think just go to Meet the Voter, meetthevoter.com. Next week, we'll have one Facebook site up we will be back. Let's see. We'll be back next Saturday for this show, right?
Yeah, we should be just a blab.
So we've got WordPress, we've got timelines, we got politics, and we got real estate. The real estate show. Tell them about the real estate show. What day is that going to be next week?
That's on Thursdays.
Thursday. It's 5:45 this week.
It'll be 5 o'clock.
5 o'clock. And who do we have on? Do you remember?
Hopefully we're going to have Jonathan Green back on, who's a top producer, really great guy. He's based in New York. He's been on the show before, and he's been, for the past couple of months, been using the Curator platform. And we're going to be asking Jonathan how it's been going working with Chris Smith and Jimmy, who are quite well known in the real estate marketing sector. And Jonathan's a great guy, and he should give us some great feedback, Bill.
In that way, it'll be a cut. So let's open it up to the Blab audience. Thank you. And the podcast is all done, folks.
We want to thank Share the Oils. Share the Oils Northern Nevada. We thank you for your support.